2025 has been another huge year for Kozy Games, and we've done all sorts within them. From building a community in a tiny derelict town in Diss County, travelling through time and taking on all sorts of odd jobs in Fantasy Life I, and sorting through family photos to create scrapbooks that tell a story in instants, to solving puzzles in Is This Seat Taken, learning different methods of farming in Ritual of Raven, and fending for ourselves in Winter Burrow. It's safe to say that once again we've been swamped with an obscene amount of genres, stories and adventures to embark on. No matter your preference, there's no doubt a comforting tale to accompany you from 2025. I sat down and did the unthinkable task of counting just how many of these games I made my way through, and would you believe it's only 31? I personally think that that's a generous amount of my time dedicated to finding only the most relaxing experiences to share with you, and that doesn't count any of the demos either. 6 of these stood out to be the best of the best, and interestingly, well, at least to me, none of them are farming simulators. I know, it's pretty unbelievable, but it's time to settle down, get yourself comfortable, and I'm going to tell you my top 6 Kozy games of 2025. I'm starting off strong with Once Upon a Katamari. I know, I've already spoken at length about what makes this game so good, but it definitely deserves a top in my top 6 Kozy games. Sure, it's not the laid-back island or farm life we're used to, and instead replaces that with frantic, brightly coloured visuals that I'm pretty sure I can still see every time I close my eyes, but it's the nostalgia factor that makes this game stand out. I've always loved Katamari, so there might be a bit of bias with this pick, but that doesn't mean it's not a good game, because it just is. Whether you've loved the series for as long as me, or you're looking for a gateway in, Once Upon a Katamari welcomes both sorts of players with open arms. It's like seeing an old friend again, and that certainly helped it shoot up the rankings on 2025's Best Kozy Games list. Moving on to POCO, a point-and-click adventure game where you embody the world's smallest clown. But after miserably failing at impressing your circus overlords, you're thrown into a world infested with strange creatures, referred to as homunculi. You'll need to make your way around the odd world and complete puzzles to earn pieces of a rocket ship which will help you get back up to the surface. But there are some troubles that you have to get through first. The world of POCO is weird and undeniably unsettling. In one portion, you have to break through someone's house to find a character locked in a cage right at the back, while in another, you have to go into the skeleton of a different discarded clown to find out what you need. But if you honk his nose a certain number of times, you do unlock a Steam achievement, which is a nice plus. It's a weird and unsettling adventure, but there is also something vaguely comforting about it. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'll let you be the judge. My next top pick for 2025 is Vending Dokan Kozy Kiosk. This is an idle game which essentially gives you the power to run a vending machine empire in the backstreets of Japan. What more could you want? While you work away, this game runs in the background and your customers will buy drinks from your machines, leaving you a neat sum of cash for when you return. The only downside is that you do need to keep on top of your stock levels, otherwise there will be no drinks for your customers to consume. You also need to pay a bit of attention to your alleyway's aesthetic, as this improves your overall rating too. But apart from that, you can get through your to-do list while working your virtual side hustle. I spent an embarrassing amount of time active in this game in 2025, which is how you know it's a good idle game at least. Next, we need to take a moment to appreciate Out and About, an adorable foraging simulator that is the gentle encouragement you might need to get into the hobby. In this game, you'll explore a variety of different biomes and then learn all about the different flora and fauna that you can find there. When you successfully identify different plants, you'll be able to sort them into your bag before turning them into all sorts of edibles and medicines like daisy balm and cleaver tea. But what I loved most about Out and About is that every single recipe you make in-game can be recreated in real life. That's right, every single one. You can find all the ingredients you need in a handy recipe book in-game and make them real. How cool is that? My foraging expertise only goes as far as wild garlic pesto and occasionally the odd mushroom if I'm feeling confident. So this is exactly what I needed to make me want to take foraging more seriously in the next year. In the same vein, I really fell in love with the point-and-click puzzles within The Guardian of Nature. In this sweet little game, you'll play as Henry, a botanist with the unusual ability to shrink down to explore areas of the woods you might miss with the naked eye. With this power, you'll be able to solve a variety of puzzles as you make your way through the game's chapters, all while befriending and helping out animals. But You do live in the woods after all, and unfortunately you're not alone. A strange bunch of troll-like creatures have begun cutting down trees and building themselves houses, so, with Henry's abilities, it very quickly becomes your main mission to stop them. The Guardian of Nature is an easy game to pick up and play in portions thanks to its chapters, which is exactly what I did. I'd go in, solve a few puzzles before hopping back out. The laid-back atmosphere makes it feel like there's never any stress or danger despite the impending threat of deforestation. But because of this, it really stuck with me as a game I could lean on whenever I needed to, earning its place on my list of top 6. Lastly, how could you possibly think I would list my favourite cozy games of 2025 without mentioning Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Seriously, who do you take me for? This life sim stole my heart the very moment it launched in January and has continued to keep me entertained throughout the months. Every second I've spent with Hello Kitty and friends, okay, yes, mostly Pom Pom Purin, has been filled with joy. Whether that's crafting, baking, or just running around Friendship Island, there's something about this game which has really scratched the itch after falling out of love with Animal Crossing New Horizons. With the release of the Wheatflower Wonderland DLC in September, the adventure only continued too, and I hope 2026 will bring more opportunities to befriend more of Sanrio's beloved characters. So there you have it, those are my top 6 favourite cozy games from 2025, and I'd like to know how many adventures you embarked on and which ones stood out to you. So leave me a comment down below so I can already start bolstering my Steam library for 2026, and be sure to subscribe to PC Gamer for more cozy game recommendations. Bye!